The body comes back wrapped, and the first thing they do is weigh it. Not to bury it, to count it. A grown man holds enough water to keep a family alive through a dry season, and on Arrakis, the desert world everyone else just calls Dune, water is the only wealth that matters. You are 6. You watch the women carry your uncle into the death still, the machine that renders a corpse down to its last clean drop. And before you have words for it, you understand you are worth more dead than alive. 38 liters, give or take. Someone writes the number in a ledger. That night your mother fits your first stillsuit, the full body skin that reclaims your sweat, your breath, even your urine, and feeds it back to you drinkable. A good one loses a thimbleful a day. She tells you the desert is always listening for what you waste, and the kids your age compete over it, bragging about how little they lose. By 12, you can walk the sand without rhythm. This matters more than anything, because rhythm is how you die. The sandworms, Shai-Hulud, longer than your whole settlement, the things your people pray to, and the things that eat you, hunt vibration. So you learn the broken, lurching, no pattern step. The day you cross open Dune, and the worm passes underneath without rising, your water brother grins at you with cracked lips and says nothing, because words cost moisture too. Then the Harkonnens take him. The occupiers, off-world soldiers who hunt Fremen for bounty, because our heads are worth coin, and the desert pays for nothing. A patrol catches him in the open. You are close enough to hear it, and you sandwalk away, slow and perfect, because running draws the worm and screaming draws the rifles. The discipline that keeps you alive is the same discipline that makes you leave him. You are water counted that year. Stilgar, the Nabe, the chief of your Sayach, the cave city your people carved into the rock, measures you and enters your lighters in the tribe's accounts, alongside what you owe and what you're owed. Because here a debt is paid in water, and a fine charged in it too. You are now, officially, worth something. You also receive your crysknife, milk white, carved from a dead worm's tooth. There is a rule about it that sounds insane until it doesn't. Once drawn, it cannot go back unblooded. So you never draw it for show. You draw it once, on a scout who didn't sandwalk well enough, and you give the blade its drink, and the older Fremen nod like you've finally said hello. To become fully one of them, you have to ride a god. The rite is simple to say, and nearly impossible to live through. There is a list of the bones you are permitted to break learning it, and a shorter list of the ones you are not. The old Fremen who teaches it has broken every name on both. You plant a thumper to call Shai-Hulud, and when the worm surfaces, a moving wall of sand, you sprint up its flank, drive hooks into the seam between 2 ring segments and pry it open, because a worm won't roll exposed soft tissue down into the grinding sand. So it rises to keep the wound up, and you ride. You stand on the back of the thing your people worship, and for the length of that ride, you are not small and not thirsty and not afraid. The same week, the old woman who tends the cisterns tells you what the water is for. The Fremen don't drink their hoard. For generations, they've hidden it, cache by cache, saving toward one dream: enough water to turn Arrakis green, open sky, running streams, an end to the suit and the counting, paradise, banked one corpse at a time. Then she says the part no one says. A green Arrakis has no desert, no worms, no Shai-Hulud, and no spice, the drug only this dying planet makes, the reason the Empire bleeds you, the reason your eyes have been blue, within blue, since the day you were born. The paradise you are dying for kills your god. Every leader in the cache is poison for the thing you ride, and the people keep saving anyway. Then the off-worlder comes, and the dream gets a face. His name is Paul, though the Sietch names him Usul, and the desert names him Muad'Dib, and the oldest prophecy names him Lisan al-Gaib, the voice from the outer world who will lead the Fremen to paradise. It moves through the Sciatch like water through sand. He rides the largest worm. He knows things before they happen. When an offended elder spits at his feet, the off-worlder's hand twitches toward a weapon before someone explains that, on Arrakis, giving up the water of your own body for another man is the highest honor there is. When Paul drinks the water of life, a poison wrung from a drowned worm that kills most men and wakes something in the rare few, and lives, the sitch stops being a people and becomes a faith. You want to believe it. You almost do. Then the old woman tells you the last thing. The prophecy was planted. Centuries back, off-world witches seeded the legend across the desert worlds on purpose. A survival kit of myth, so that one of their own arriving later could wear the prophecy like a stillsuit, and the locals would die to keep them alive. The Lisan al-Gaib was always going to be an outsider. The faith was always a tool. You were always going to kneel. The war musters the season after, and you have to decide what you are. Muad'Dib gives the word, and the green banners come out. Pointed past Arrakis now, at the whole galaxy. The same discipline that taught you to waste nothing has bred the most efficient killers anyone has ever seen. And the empire that hunted you for bounty is about to learn what the desert grows. You stand at the lip of the Sciatch with your crysknife and a fork that doesn't feel like one. Stay for the water and the worms and the slow green dream. Or follow the manufactured messiah off-world and carry the desert's name to people who have never tasted sand. You raise the knife. You tell yourself it's for paradise. For the water brother the Harkonnens took. For the planet finally going green. And for a while, off-world, killing in the desert's name, you believe it. Right up until you are standing on a world with oceans, more water than every cache on Arrakis combined, and you are setting it on fire. You who were taught that one wasted drop is a sin. The jihad will kill billions before it burns out, and you're free. Our fierce, frugal people did it. The desert made you want nothing. An empire is always built on the people who want nothing, because they are the cheapest to aim. The body comes back wrapped, and the first thing they do is weigh it. Only now it's a galaxy's worth of bodies. The counting never stops. And back on Arrakis, the caches are nearly full, and the worms are already fewer. This was the life. Not freedom, but a discipline so complete it could be handed to anyone who knew the right words to say it in. You learned it as a child, the way every child learns the rules of the place they're from, all the way down, before you could ask who wrote them. There are other worlds, and other lives waiting inside them. Stay, and we'll keep falling into them. Out past the last Sciatch, the sand moves on its own, and something enormous turns over in the dark and waits to be ridden again.